All right. Seems like you're ready for me to talk about Ohio State versus Western Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Going into this game, obviously everybody's thinking about the fact that, Western Kentucky likes to sling it. They like to pass the ball. So it would be a good test to see if our defense is really who we think they are. After coming out of the game, I still need to see them play a tough team, and it's going to come down to Notre Dame regardless.
Yeah,
but the defense still looked
getting looks versus inferior offensive lines, and then still having, like, when I watch Kyle McCord play, I wonder what it would look like without Marv. I wonder what it would look like without the security blankets of 60, 70-yard touchdowns to make the stats look very nice and pretty.
That's a fair thing to say.
It's I see that stat line and I expect to turn on the film and see a dominant performance, and it never looks like that. It does not. It has not looked like that all season from either quarterback. So I turned it off once it seemed like Western Kentucky had tucked their tail and stopped fighting. Yeah. I mean, I think the score ended up being like 63 or something like that.
63-7.
Yeah, see, like
time, touchdowns and stuff like that.
That game wasn't like that. That wasn't a 63-0 or 63-10 or whatever the score was kind of game. If you saw that game in the first half, Western Kentucky was able to move the ball. Now, they didn't have a kicker.
They didn't really capitalize.
They didn't really capitalize. They were definitely afraid of running the ball in short yardage, even though they frequently had Ohio State in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 1s.
Yeah.
Which are dominant positions. Those are where you want to be.
Yeah.
I do not understand this thing of like go 5 wide and throw the ball on 3rd and 2. What the fuck is that? What kind of football is that?
Mm-hmm.
What game are you playing? Like we just start spawning fucking Jake Fromm's?
Yeah, why not?
The hell is this?
Yeah, I agree with you about Kyle McCord's stat line being a little enhanced by Marvin Harrison.
Long touchdowns, man, and that happened in the Indiana game. It was like, yeah, I guess it looks okay, but
my problem with that is, I mean, unless something crazy happens, he's going to have Marvin Harrison. So like, that's going to be a thing that you're going to have to game plan for.
You're always going to have to deal with him. But what do we do if we can double him and take him away? Where are you going to go now?
Kate Stover, or maybe Egbuka, but that has yet to be seen yet because
I think the other two
we're playing
guys
inferior teams.
I think the other two guys are guys that traditionally you can play one-on-one if you have good enough defenders. So I don't know. Definitely K Stover, you can guard him one-on-one.
Maybe.
Egbuka is a plus receiver. We can go ahead and do away with that whole second best wide receiver in the country shit.
Why?
We can put it in the back because Keon Coleman is the second best receiver in the country.
Yeah, stat wise.
Like bona fide.
For sure.
I'm giving deference to Marvin Harrison Jr. because of the year he had last year to say he's still number one.
He's definitely number one.
Because Keon, well, it's debatable.
He's definitely number one.
It is debatable right now. There are people all over the country right now who could be talking about
Marvin Harrison Jr. is number one.
If you feel that way, you certainly have a lot of stats and a lot of film to back it up. I'm just saying there are other guys around the country who can stake that claim right now.
And talent-wise, I still think Egbuka is number two. Now, stat-wise, Keon Coleman is clearly ahead of him.
He's dogging. Shit, the guy from Colorado State last night is fucking killing it right now.
Sure. But
shit,
Egbuka is the number
Jimmy
two
Horn
receiver.
and Travis Hunter both have 400 yards receiving, or just under 400 yards receiving right now. So it ain't like what they're doing at Ohio State is being unmatched. There's a lot of good receivers.
Egbuka is the number two receiver
and then
in
plus,
the country.
Neither one of your boys lead the conference in touchdown catches this year.
Sure.
Who does?
Roman Wilson.
The Roman Empire. Storming Roman Wilson.
Gross.
The Flying Hawaiian.
One quarterback has more interceptions than the other.
He has a few more than the. Well, hold on now.
McCord got one.
He has two, doesn't he?
He's got one.
Okay. Would you like to bet on end of season?
No, get out of here.
Okay, thank you. I was about to say.
Anyway, no, I'm happy about the win against Western Kentucky. It confirmed everything that everybody was kind of looking for. The defense still looks good. Again, it's against Western Kentucky, so I need to see them against Notre Dame. I'm excited going into Notre Dame.
Pause before you get to Notre Dame. This Jordan Hancock shit. What's going on with
Igbenogson?
Yeah,
he got burned.
But he's not starting, so it's Jordan Hancock.
I think I don't know if they've made a decision on that.
And I've seen a lot of Cam Martinez. Y'all keep telling me that, oh, it's okay, he's not going to play anymore. I've seen a lot of Cam Martinez in these first 3 games.
I think when it boils down to it, you may not see him as
y'all
much.
keep telling me that he's just not going to play after playing all this time. It doesn't seem like he's going anywhere.
You
also,
may not see him as much.
You keep making me look for these names. Where the hell's CJ Hicks?
They are not playing CJ.
What happened to CJ Hicks?
They are not playing CJ Hicks
at all.
In fact, I think they're playing backup linebackers more than they're
playing CJ Hicks. What's going on?
Like, I understand Tommy Eichenberg, Steel Chambers. They're playing guys like, why can't I think of his name now? They're playing other linebackers ahead of him, and that's kind of concerning. But maybe they're holding off until tougher teams, but probably not. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm just be honest with you.
I can't really remember how your guys' pass rush was this weekend, but any concern
it wasn't bad, but it's going to need to be a hell of a lot better.
That's what I'm saying.
Against Joe Alt and some of the other linemen that they have on Notre Dame.
Well, you got Hartman coming in there next week. You obviously want to get some pressure on him.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's going to come from guys like Sonny Styles and some of the other. They're going to have to blitz linebackers,
which is dangerous, man. When a quarterback that's playing how Hartman is right now, you don't want to have to blitz him. You don't want to have to send extra guys.
You got to do that. You got to get some pressure on him.
He's really good against blitz. He's been really good against blitz.
But from who?
Sure. It hasn't been Ohio State. But I'm just saying, you would really like to be able to get there with 4.
I agree.
Really be able to do it with 4.
I say you take a minute to kind of assess what the defensive line is doing. If you need more pressure, you're going to have to do it.
Like we really got to start having this conversation about, oh man, Ohio State, the defensive line's filled with studs, first round draft picks, JT Tuimalau, Jack Sawyer. No, you got to show me that at some point.
They're not
fam.
making it happen.
You got to show it at some point. At some point, they got to come out like gangbusters and not give me 2 picks, but 2 sacks. In a game, and then double it up with another sack at another game,
The ends are not making it happen. Tyleik Williams and Mike Hall Jr. seem to be doing
Mike Hall isn't even starting
He's
anymore.
Not. Tyleik Williams is.
What the fuck is happening?
Tyleik Williams is also doing pretty good.
Okay, good for him, but what happened to the front where both of them were playing?
I don't know
like,
what the game plan is for Notre Dame, okay? But I have to believe some of these guys are going to get brought in to, bring in different looks against Notre Dame. Things that they're not expecting whatsoever. I have to believe that at this point. Because what was the hype for in the offseason then? So, I don't know. I look forward to it, though. DBs are looking amazing. Denzel Burke is looking like that guy this season. And so I'm happy to see what he's going to do against Notre Dame. I'm happy to see Jermaine Matthews get a fucking pick 6 in the last game. So even when Denzel Burke goes to the league, it's still going to be Jermaine Matthews and Calvin Simpson-Hunt. I'm excited for that. And then after that is Bryce West and Aaron Scott. So
yikes.
BIA is back. You know what I'm saying?
Blouse, boy.
BIA is back,
Blouse, boy. You're not BIA now.
No, well, here's...
Not BIA currently. How is BIA back?
The problem will be if that defensive line can get things going, then the DBs are going to look even better. So we'll have to see what happens with that.
I'm anticipating this game.
I am too, man. I'm ready. Bring on Sam Hartman.
So Travion, RB1 again?
Yeah,
or you're just going to run stretch zone every play then?
But Chip looks still good. Like, I don't know what it is. But yeah, no, Travion's that guy.
So we're just going to do toss sweep and zone, outside zone, every running play.
I don't know.
So we can get Travion the ball.
Also,
because it's like the only running play he can run.
Travion, stop hopping over people. You're scaring me.
Bruh,
stop hurdling people.
Hurdled for a 2-yard game.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
And was hyped though, like he won the fucking Super Bowl.
That was crazy, but he did it again.
2-yard game. Woo!
But he did it again this game and got more yardage out of it. But you're scaring me. You're scaring me a little bit. But I like it.
Somebody is waiting for the opportunity to plant him like Sheldon Brown did Reggie Bush.
Relax a little bit.
Go through him like cardboard.
Now people are like, oh, Chip needs to be RB2 instead of Mayan. I'm like,
oh, that was quick.
You know?
That was quick.
Well, they were saying he needs to be RB1 ahead of Travion after the first game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think my guys are ready for Notre Dame, and I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see it.
We gonna find out.
Notre Dame hasn't played anybody like us, boy.
Okay.
And we're ready. Let's go.
Hey, listen. All I'm gonna say is that the Big Ten, I think for the most part, has avoided high-profile losses in the non-con like the SEC has, right, and like the ACC has. Well, no, their high-profile loss was a conference game. That was Duke and Clemson, Dabo's cousins. Let's just not embarrass ourselves, right? Go up there and have a good showing. Don't embarrass yourselves, okay?
Embarrass ourselves is crazy.
I'm just asking a question, asking a favor from a fellow Big Ten member. Do not embarrass us. Go up there and compete. And everything else beyond competing, we will hash out here on the pod. Win, lose, or draw, or whatever. There won't be any draws, but win or lose.
We will.
Do not go out there and get blown the fuck up. Because it feels like the recipe for Notre Dame to not just beat y'all, but to kind of expose y'all is there. They have a running game. They can get after the quarterback. They can exploit the weaknesses on your offensive line. You do not run in the gut very well. You're kind of dependent on the perimeter running game. The quarterback is not very efficient. He's a first-time starter in this environment. They have a seasoned 30-year-old veteran at quarterback. It feels like upset special.
I hear you,
feels like.
But the recipe to beat them is also there. You put pressure on Sam Hartman and make him cough off those picks.
Haven't been able to get pressure without blitzing consistently. So now
you have to do what you got to do.
You have to make yourself vulnerable to get after him. For something that you need to happen, you need to be vulnerable. That is not a favorable position for Ohio State to be in.
But I think the DBs can handle their coverage on their own because the Notre Dame receivers are not amazing.
Okay. They're big as shit.
They're not amazing.
They're big as hell.
They're not amazing.
They're big as hell with wide catch radiuses.
They're not amazing.
Okay.
And then
the running backs?
We know Sam Hartman will cough up that ball. He threw 26 picks in the 2 years before coming to Notre Dame. 26?
Well, he's at Notre Dame now.
Sure. He may be a little bit better. He will show himself against a team that's willing to pressure him enough.
All right.
And Estime is a good running back. He's a good running back. Is he going to fumble again?
Okay.
Is he going to fumble again? Is he going to cough up that
man.
ball? Now, they got two other running backs behind him as well. I'm not taking anything away from their running backs, but our defense looks good.
Okay.
I'm confident.
Right. Hey, look. Go compete. Don't get blown out.
Blown out?
Don't get blown out.
Relax.